Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 11 of Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. We ask that you please consider giving us a like and a follow on the platform that you're watching us on. And please let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time. Let's meet the carvers. First, he is a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper.
Hello.
Nice.
That seems like so long ago. 2019. That's like 5 years.
Yes, we all need new biopics.
Yeah,
We do. You guys have gotten so old.
that's right. I used to have hair then.
And carving live today at a night of 1,000 jack-o'-lanterns at the Chicago Botanic Gardens. He's an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He's a 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins. Paul Dever, welcome.
Hey, fellas. What's happening?
Welcome, Polly.
And also with Paul is our returning guest from Putnam Valley, New York. He's a pumpkin carver, painter. Please welcome John Davis.
What's up, guys?
What's up,
Good to be
Paul?
back.
What's up, John?
Not too much.
So
What's up,
great
boys?
to see you both.
Wow.
Great to
Yeah.
hear you. Great to see you. And you guys have some awesome displays.
We're
Already.
trying this year.
Wow.
John got it going on, that's for sure. Mine's melting. It feels like Hawaii here. It's got to be
Yeah.
almost close to 70 degrees.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh, my
It
God.
is yummy.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. It's got a runny nose.
But yeah, it's going pretty good.
Right on. Right on. So we usually, this is obviously a different format here that, we had two remote guests today. But let's go back really quickly. Let's take a look at, let's talk about a little bit of where you're at. So this is for Paul. This is your, how many years have you been going to this?
This is my 4th season at the show, and John's as well. John actually came 1 year
I
before.
think you got other way around. I thought you did 1 year before me. I think it's 4 or 5, something like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
They all blur together at this point.
So for those who aren't familiar with, the Chicago Botanic Garden, it's during the day, it's beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. And a must see, must go to. But at night, it even gets even more beautiful. And with so this event, tell us more about this event.
Well, it's called Night of 1,000 Jack-o'-lanterns, and just like the name of the event, there are 1,000 generic jack-o'-lanterns placed throughout the garden, along with how many? Close to 80 giant art jack-o'-lanterns.
I think we got
with
75 this year.
it's a lot of pumpkins, but big, 100, 150-pound pumpkins with beautiful pieces of art carved all into them, and then you have knuckleheads like me and John throughout the park carving along. We have Rachel and Colby and Steve Ajuku carving as well.
We got a good team out here.
We do. We got a fun team. And they've sold out for the whole run of the show for 2 weeks is sold out.
Right
Sorry,
on.
guys.
So how many people would that be? How many tickets did they put on
What
sale?
is it now? I think they bring about 3,500 through every night.
Wow.
So we run for 2 weeks. So you can do the math because I can't. But it's a lot of people.
That's 35,000 a day.
7 million people.
Wow.
Okay.
7 million people. That's good.
Okay.
So is it? It's not a competition. It's just an exhibition, correct?
Yeah.
It's not a competition, but if I finish first, I win.
I think that means I won yesterday, by the way. Just for the record.
Sean finished in breakneck speed last night. I think he had some B or something.
You got somewhere.
Mr. Tom Moulton is joining us. The show is officially opening in 20 minutes, so that gives us time to get our cars from last night open. And I don't know why that is washed out. That is funny.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
Yeah, just keep your hand there the whole time.
Yeah, very much. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, that looks awesome.
That's that's Madam Hubbard, and he made Mr. Hubbard.
Doctor.
And John, tell him
He's
the
a
story.
doctor.
Instead of so I got an idea. Instead of the wheel tonight, because obviously I couldn't travel with it. John's gonna explain the story, and then Maddie, you have to carve something that's in line with the theme.
Love it. Okay, let's hear the story.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
All right, let me see that. Where's that other sign? Oh, right here. So what we're doing, we're kind of making a greenhouse of horrors here. So it's basically like a haunted house theme for jack-o'-lanterns. Like if all these jack-o'-lanterns went here, they would be horrified, right?
Okay.
So I tried to make up a couple of characters to help facilitate like the storytelling. So this is Dr. Hubbard, and what he does is he performs these discount lobotomies. So you never want to pay full price for one of those. And then his wife, right across the way, is Madam Hubbard, and I think, where's that sign? I've got a sign for her too.
More signs than he has carved pumpkins. John has more signs. Look at that. I mean, those are all handmade signs.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So she makes homemade pies out of the remnants of the lobotomies. For the record, my fiance Carrie made this one.
That's so cool.
But
Nice.
yeah.
Shout out to Carrie.
And I love the spinning pumpkin back there. That's nice. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. We had fun with that. So this thing is made out of wood. I don't think this will carve. I'm gonna try something up.
It's been an interesting year for pumpkins, well, and across the region, but especially here this year, we found that they were a little tough to carve. So we got lucky with some of these bigger ones. These bigger ones are pretty good, but the smaller ones have been real tough to carve.
Do they have a?
I'm gonna. I have to make this a girl because right now it's just a what?
Do they have like kind of a
shell?
Like a shell? Yeah, because I know sometimes you get calcified outside if it's. Is that what you're finding? That part tough to carve?
Yeah.
Well, this one in particular.
Yeah, Johnny's dealing with it now.
You can kind of hear that.
That's not even a pumpkin anymore. It's
I know this is.
those,
I can't even.
John's station. I mean, it's our station, but John's side of the station looks like a carnival.
That's the
Sorry.
goal.
Yeah. Well, mission accomplished. Holy moly! I'm
Okay,
gonna put my lashes on mine.
So I got to think of a prompt then, John and Paul. So,
Yeah.
so this person's going through this version of Mr. Hubbard. Maybe this will be like a cousin or some family member, or should it be part of the haunted house?
Yeah, so I mean, a couple of things I'm thinking about is either, we want to do like other monsters, other things that would be horrifying for, all these attendants. Or I think what I'm going to try and do tonight is if I can get 2 done, I'd be super pleased. But just faces of like, hysterical, crying, scared faces, basically.
Okay.
Just to help tell the story. But yeah, anything you guys think would go along could be super fun.
Okay.
He really.
I got to think of something.
Well, someone's got to be, Paul.
I know, I'm the worst. I'm so bad. But so yeah, Maddie, that's Maddie. Do you do hysterical well?
I'm just trying to think of a
something we should talk about here is. How's that?
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm starting to seeing a lot of entries into the pumpkin carving competition.
Oh yeah, I have 2.
Starting to pick up. Yeah.
Well, would you like to talk about that, Paul, or do you want to wait on that?
Let's talk, baby.
All right.
We can talk about it. It's already out there, baby.
Oh
right.
wow, look at that.
So,
All right,
go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I was just figuring
What's up, Johnny?
that while they're getting carving, I can at least talk a little bit about this. So, if you guys haven't seen it and you watch our show, then where have you been? But other than that, we posted this earlier this week. We partnered up with Brandy Davis. In fact, Brandy Davis asked us to partner up. So I think we make a very good a good team. But at the same time, we thought to ourselves, what would be more fun than to have a big, pretty much international pumpkin carving contest? So get everybody and anybody who likes this fun this time of year, right? It's like, very short amount of time to do it, but it's as many submissions as you want, and we're going to hit all of them against each other and see who comes out on top. But it's a ton of fun. We've gotten a lot of entries so far. And some of them from literally out around the world, which is pretty staggering. So, anything to add, Paul?
Yeah, that's the best part of seeing. Yeah, where's my super glue? Oh, you mean about the contest? Yeah, keep entering.
Yeah,
yeah.
Enter as many times as you want.
Pumpkin carving competition, right? And you got the rest of October to do it. So get off your bum, go buy a pumpkin and see what you got. There's going to be some stiff competition, and
I think that I agree.
Don't enter if you know who you are. Although we should open it up to everybody. Forget it. Let's just do everybody.
Yeah, anybody and everybody. How's that?
Yeah. So if you want to,
yeah, sure.
Go to our Instagram at Carvers Creators, and then Brandy Davis, the pumpkin artist with the underscores right there. And if you want, those have posts that are about this contest. If you want to look us up on the web, just go to carverscreators.com/contest. You can see everything right there as well, all the contest rules and everything. We're using the hashtag GPCC2021. So that's what it needs to have on there. And again, you have to follow the rules. And so go to that. And so this has been well received so far. I'm really amazed about all the entries so far. And so what do we have, like 17 days?
Yeah, you got another
not a lot of days.
16 days?
Up until the 30th is your final submission date. But yeah. And so Mickey, I don't know. So there's 3 effective rules, right?
Say again?
So there's 3 effective rules. You have to tag us. You have to invite 2 other people, and the other thing you have to have it. It has to be something you carved now, as opposed to last year or somebody else carved, or you get the point.
Right. So first of all, you have to snap a picture of what you carved.
Yeah.
And the carving must be from this year. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Must be from this year. If you've been on the Food Network and you know who you are, we appreciate it, but you will unfortunately not be considered. Tag your photo, mention both the pumpkin artists, Carvers Creators, and the hashtag GPCC2021. And then follow both Brandy and Carvers Creators. Again, I'm going to put up the where you can get the contest rules, just to be clear. So go to carverscreators.com/contest, and you can see all of the logistics. And we will actually talk about this before we sign off tonight again. So if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat, and we will address them accordingly.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I'm already done with my carve, by the way. I just kind of wrapped it up.
You're getting faster every week.
It's rough, but it's as much as I'm going to get done tonight.
They call that minimalist. That's just
It's very minimalist.
Yes.
It's a thing. So good.
Just what's that one painting where they just have an apple in front of their face? So
right, exactly.
Yeah,
they have an apple in the face. I don't even know that. All right, so I better get to work.
Yeah. So real quick, I mean, let's look at our carvings from last week.
Oh yeah.
So Paul, I mean, the wheel chose the subject. We choose a subject every week on the wheel, and the theme was sulking aquatic creature. And Tim Gore and Todd Tucker were our guests, which I know that Paul and Matt were super excited about because we didn't know that Todd Tucker was going to spend as much time as he did, and we were very, very happy to hear from him. He was great.
Oh my God, yeah.
And great to have Tim back as well.
Yeah.
So tell us about this
Tim
one.
was awesome. Tim was awesome. So sorry.
Yeah. How was let me ask you, Paul. Did you like this one? Now I got to ask you that. Oh,
No,
come on. This is
no, I didn't know.
fantastic.
Yeah, I love
Thank
it.
you. It's, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, Paul, if I remember right, was this a really tall, thin pumpkin, or did you just carve away?
It was a
at
great
it?
pumpkin. I just started hacking at it, thinking it'll come to me, and eventually I said, I got to figure out what I'm doing here. And, well, you know what it was? We talked about Cthulhu, right? Somebody mentioned Tim. I think it was Tim mentioned Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And so instantly when you started doing the tentacles, I switched gears and was like, well, I can do some sort of a fish. And then when I was doing the fish, that kind of changed halfway through. And I don't know, whatever, it worked out, right? I mean,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
they can't all be home
I
runs,
love the
guys,
lips.
you know?
The lips are my favorite part. And that, I mean, clearly it's something you don't really want to run into. He'd suck the soul right out of you.
Oh yeah. Amongst other things.
But I
Well,
also
yeah.
I also like the textured forehead, and then like the I'll say like the Lemmy-esque like boils on there as well. The selected
yeah.
where those go. That
Nope.
I love those.
Those are Cocoa Puffs.
That was
Cocoa Puffs.
kind of Cocoa Puffs. Oh, girls. That was the one thing that I figured would save it as some texture. You know, like the spines on the ears and the gills on the forehead and the spots. So
yeah,
I did what I could.
That's always a super fun texture to work with.
I agree. It's super time consuming as well.
I don't think they'd be Cocoa Puffs. Would they be Corn Pops?
Oh, that's right.
They'd be fish balls.
Fish
Ew.
Pops. And then here's Matt's from last week.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah,
full
see, that's
Cthulhu.
awesome.
Yeah.
You really did. It came out great. The eyeballs are round, super duper round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's so fun to get a
The
really,
vein-
really thick, heavy pumpkin again. It's just the best to have something really heavy and thick, because then you can really dig in. But yeah, that was Cthulhu Part 2.
And I like also that I don't think, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Would you have done the suction cups like before we did the show? In the way that you did
mean
this,
that added level of detail. Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah, okay, I get your point. Yeah.
That's a good
Probably
question.
not. Yeah. I just would have mailed it in.
But I think it's just the hint of the suction cups on the bottom is like awesome.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to go. You didn't have to do
right,
it
when it
on
rolls
every
out.
single one.
It just had to have the hint of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
just the hint
one
of
leg's twisted. I know. Well, the first thing I noted. Matt, you're so
Oh
good.
really? Okay. Yeah, and one of the things that kept sticking in my head was those little flutes on the side of their head. If like when you see a octopus, breathe water in and out, it's got those little pipes like on the side there. So I wanted to incorporate those little guys too.
Yeah.
Right on. Right
Sweet.
on. So some great work. And let's look in the chat and see who's out there. Oh, hello.
Oh, look at that.
Hello.
Hello, Christina. Hello.
Hello, Christina.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
And we get to watch Christina every Sunday.
It's true.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Hello, Lorette.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma.
Oh, so her event got rained out, so she can watch us live today. That's nice.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're expecting a little bit of rain.
She's asking how many do you carve per night and how many hours there? Oh,
You got Johnny
Oh,
Music.
they're muted for this?
yeah.
No, we usually just get one done each night. I'm trying to do a couple of small ones. I'd be super happy if I could get 2 done today. But that's kind of pushing it. So we'll see.
Right on.
Yeah, normally we're working on the big ones. I finished this guy last night. Yeah, I just want this display to start feeling really lush. So that's my goal for tonight.
So, John, let me ask you a
Yeah.
question, because you do a lot of really cool kind of non-pumpkin stuff with the face. I mean, beyond a face. I mean, like, you know, all your signs and the arms and the hats and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
props, like that. I think that's part. You know, I've seen a ton of your stuff, and you kind of have a scene around it or story behind it. Is that always kind of the idea?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. In the past, I haven't, you know, we've not really done anything much like this. And so I kind of wanted to, tell more, like a lot more of a story, and use like the pumpkins kind of just as a storytelling prop, I guess. I think especially for a show like this, it can like add a whole other dimension for the audience. Which is exactly what I'm trying to do. So we'll see. I mean, it seems to be going over well. Last night was kind of a hit. I think just trying to keep it up. And
so was yesterday
just have
opening
fun with
night?
the audience. Yeah, it was.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
How does this year compare to last year? I mean, last year it was a much different situation, obviously, but
Yeah.
But what is it? Is
Well,
it
I think-
looser, or is it more strict? Who knows?
It's funny. I mean, I think we got a lot of good things came out of last year's show. We ended up lengthening the trail, and I think it kind of gives it more of like a relaxed feel. So you can, walking the trail, you can kind of breathe a little bit before all of like the bigger, bigger things to see. You know, we've got like the larger jack-o'-lanterns, like the art pumpkins, we like to call them, all around. But the carving booths, like ours, are a little bit more spread out now. So it kind of gives people a little bit more of a break. The crowd gets a little more thinned out. So I think just in general, it's been going better this year and last. I mean, last year obviously had its own challenges, but this year feels kind of like how the show is supposed to be.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's very cool. Are you guys in the front, in the middle, in the back of the trail? Oh,
The best for last, but
Okay.
so
I'm making you to me. You're gonna have to handle this.
I can hear.
no, good. No, I'm just trying to ride the mute button so I can hear you guys. Go say it again, Paul. Sorry.
I'll stop putting my hand up, and I'll give you the cue.
Yes, that
It'll
would help.
work out perfect. That does help. So we have Steven Junko as the first carving booth, and he's sort of at the beginning. There's a big run of beautiful art pumpkins, and then you come up to the first carving booth, and that's Steven. And then you make your way through another giant portion of the trail. It's a pretty long trail, and then you come up on Rachel Colby, who's the second booth, and then another big portion, and you almost think you're out of it, and then you come up on our booth, and John has it set up like it's its own world. It's awesome. And then even after that, after you pass us, there's still a good 25, 30 pumpkins, and then we have the submerged pumpkins and tanks, and it's a really big show.
That's awesome.
It's great. It's still washed up though. That's a bummer.
I'd like to go to that someday.
No.
Yeah, you should go check it out
You should
sometime,
go to it,
Matt.
Matt. You would love it.
Yeah, you would like it a lot, I think.
Like next week would be a good time if you like showed up next week or something.
All right, count on it. I'll just do.
You got any plans?
Well, it is sold out, Matt. So just a forewarning, you might have to go as a vendor or not. Do they call you guys vendors? What do they call you? They call you. They call you the talent.
That's really nice.
Hired guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, I can start
where's
seeing
the,
that now so much
whatever
clearer.
they call us.
Yeah, we can start seeing it now.
Can you see it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
she's a lovely lady. I put some eyelashes on it just so you could tell it was a female form.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah. She's a big girl. She loves her pumpkin pie.
She makes them. She eats them. You know.
Yeah. Jody's loving the John's one-handed jabbing style.
Jabbing style. The table's too low for me. I'm a tall guy. Yeah, that was one of the quicker, 100-pounders I've ever done. I think came in around 3 hours.
Wow.
But yeah, sometimes you just get lucky like that. I think it's just everything goes according to plan.
Yes. That's what Jody and Mike Moss, former guests of Carvers and Creators, went to. They lived in Chicago for I think right before they moved to Arizona. And one of the great things I heard that they told me, they took a picture of how, like, the skyline. They said, like, they just wanted to go anywhere where it was warm and hot. And so they left the Windy City for the the heat of Phoenix, and that's how I got to meet them.
Well, if this is any gauge of it, it's hot here right now.
Really,
So
that's so unusual for October.
I know. Yeah.
It really is. We've been here, and it's
We're usually dying.
Yeah.
Paul's making fun of me for wearing gloves.
Meanwhile, my hands are just destroyed. But yeah, this is the warmest I've ever seen it here by far.
Wow.
It's nice. I mean, look at what is it? It's 6:30 here because of the time change. But
yeah,
I mean, I probably don't even need this. It's so warm out. I
don't like it.
They don't. No. Not enjoying it.
Got a lot of moldy issues.
So what is it?
So you still have all kinds of moisture, though. I mean, so that's the one thing I never deal with, Paul and John, is actual, like, moisture in the air. Everything's really dry here, as Paul knows and Mickey knows. But when it comes to moisture, that's when it just starts to automatically mold up, right? Is that what's happening?
Right. I mean, it's kind of you need that mix. You need that mix of moisture and warmth for the mold to really take hold. Often, we kind of want these to stay moist, so we'll spray them down constantly and wrap them at night, which works great when it's cold enough. But if it's too hot, I guess it just turns them into soup, like Paul was saying.
I just carved. Hold on, Mickey. Sorry.
Okay.
You're up.
Okay. So when I unwrapped this last night, it was money, right? She's got the big squish face, and it was so firm and perfect. And I got here and we wrapped it because it was so warm. I carved it for the first 5-10 minutes with my brush to get rid of the jelly that was the. So I have to go over the whole surface again and get rid of all that mush.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
But it's warm out.
I mean, it definitely.
And I didn't take.
You weren't
a
expecting that, I'm sure, right?
No, usually because it's so cold, it's almost exactly the way you left it the night before. If you wrap it, if you got it, nothing touched the face, and I mean it's kind of coming back to where it was. But, that's one thing. That's one thing I'm learning about carving. When I put it in the refrigerator, it has it's been kind of falling apart, but also kind of freezing in some areas. So you have to have a really good temperature control to get the best surface and the best working material.
For humans, but
hear me? The last year it was a little cold for us, but the pumpkins loved it. So I remember working on one. So basically, we run a 2-week show. So I was working on one the first week, wrapped it up real nicely, and then I kept it for the full length of next week. So that one was, looking pretty decent for about 10, 12 days, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean everything is looking really great, but I'm sure it's,
what
it's a challenge.
John, what I'm hearing you say is next week none of those are going to be alive anymore. I'm going to have to.
Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
But luckily for you, you'll be sharing this. You're going to be taking. All right, hold on.
Yep, you're up.
Okay. See, I got a system down. Luckily for Matt, we're sharing the same suite at the hotel. So it's sort of like I leave and he goes in, and I'm going to have all kinds of pumpkin surprises for him when he shows up. It's going to be so whimsical. You're going to love it.
Thank you.
You know me, I love my whimsy.
You love whimsy. It's one thing I
Matt
know about Matt. He loves
Whimsy Harper.
That's right.
Harpsicle.
Whimsy's my
Harpsicle.
middle name or something.
Yeah, well, McFrazzlesash, we actually, Paul did not bring the
Some
wheel,
good entries.
so, but
Yeah,
Right, but we do have a
yeah.
theme for the evening.
we do have a theme.
We do have a theme.
We have a theme.
Yeah.
And by the way, great entries into the contest. So
Yeah,
John is going to be in charge of explaining that tonight because he tells it way better than me. I butchered that story 1,400 times last night.
No, we're doing fine. But what we're doing is we're trying to make what we're calling the greenhouse of horrors. And basically, it's like a haunted house for pumpkins, for jack-o'-lanterns. So we want to try and basically trying to make a display that would be horrifying for like all of these little pumpkin characters to see. We've got over here, this is Dr. Hubbard, and he performs discount lobotomies. And then he takes all of the brains, gives them to Mattern Hubbard over on Paul's side of the table, who is making some fresh pumpkin pies. So basically the whole idea for us, at least what I'm trying to do tonight, is make a pumpkin reacting to all of this. So just kind of like an audience or like a passerby or someone who got trapped in this haunted house who's horrified. So it's kind of just like a hysterical, crying, screaming face. But, you know, also throughout the week, we're going to be making all sorts of other monsters and just like other, you know, horrifying scenes is kind of the plan. You know, there's a little bit of whimsy in there, I guess, which is, you know, we're trying to make it cute and funny, but not so much for the pumpkins. So, trying to have some fun.
I love it.
Yeah,
So if you're carving at home, you are carving someone who is walking through a haunted house and seeing something that scares the daylights out of them, or something that is
I
doing.
remember you. How are you?
You know, so one of those.
Yeah, so there's there we go. I'm gonna see if I can coordinate this.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, we've been doing it every Thursday for a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a challenge.
I don't.
What are you trying to do, man?
So the people that are
Well,
watching live, if they like message you,
so it's no, it's all good. I'm just trying to do it, but trying to keep everybody coordinated here.
ready here.
All right. Long year.
What about you?
Good.
All right, here, Mickey.
Yeah,
Go
for it.
So this is my beginning of my guy. Just to give a little example, he's gonna be. This is not really good, is it? So he's going to be a freaked out kind of old timey guy. You know, I figure I might even have a monocle falling off his face. That was kind of my thought. But like, this is all gonna be mustache and a big wide open mouth and like that.
Yeah.
That kind of look. So very rough, but eyes will go here.
Yes.
The nose will be here, kids.
Full of whimsy. Full of whimsy.
That's my middle name, Mickey. Matt Whimsy something Harper.
Yep.
You know.
No, it's a great start, and you can obviously see the beginnings of it and where it's going and stuff like that, and it's when the show ends, that's when the magic happens behind the scenes, right?
That's right.
The detailing.
All the detail. Well, it's fun because having pumpkins. This is already starting to get close.
Oh, Matt's got a mustache.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have an old timey mustache.
That's so fun.
Oh, that's nice. It's so fast.
He'll look pretty
You're
dumb.
going so slow. What's going on with me?
Let's see. What kind of bottom lip?
So I'd say if there was a theme for tonight, it would be terror.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's what I'm feeling. Because John and I are carving two evil SOB pumpkins, and all the other pumpkins are in big trouble. So
Okay.
Unless you want to carve like a road warrior, that's the hero.
I gotta keep looking at my chin with this dumb face. Whoa! He's scared, you know. I mean, it's funny because I've been talking to people doing some live carves recently, and talking about how I always had a mirror nearby, and then now that we've been on doing this show, instead of a mirror, I just look at my own face, in reflection on this and make
funny.
it 100 times. I can just do
I
that.
do the same thing.
I don't need no stinking mirror.
Yes, stinking mirror.
So one of my favorite parts of doing this show is how much we're interacting with the crowd. So still very early in the show. I don't know. We might start seeing some people coming through soon, but sometimes a lot of the kids are constantly asking like, "What are you going to carve tonight?" or something. I think it's some of the most fun I've ever had is a kid that's like super super intrigued with what we're doing, and I'll tell him to make a funny face, and I'll start carving it. And then he'll stick around for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then the whole rest of the night I'm kind of basing it off of that quick like little 20-minute sketch that I did.
Cool.
So it's like those are the sort of moments that I'll remember from doing this sort of stuff, and I think it's probably the most fun part.
But I think that's super cool because, anybody that's artistic that would see what you did, you took like an expression and you started making it and it started like happening right away. Just to see that as a kid, and like if I would have been so intrigued, I'm like, oh my God, you can actually like look at something and then replicate it. I think that's so important as a kid and a young artist to see something like that in action, like someone did it.
Right. I mean, that's honestly what we're here for. We're doing, we're here for a couple of reasons. We're here to make some cool sculptures and stuff. But I mean, if we're not making those sorts of connections with the crowd, kind of almost like, what's the point?
Yep.
Yeah. There were a lot of good kids last night.
Have you guys seen kids that have been there year after year after year?
Occasionally, yeah. Every once in a while, we'll get people that recognize us. I'm like, yeah, we came back to see you guys and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there were a lot of good kids last night. Were really good questions and just a lot of ideas last night. A lot of kids making suggestions of what we should do.
Oh.
It's like, move along, kid. Move along.
They're all trying to take our jobs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's so many art directors and very few artists, right?
Oh yeah. No, they actually some of them are really good ideas. I should have written them down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's honestly why we do this, because we just run out of ideas. We don't know what to do next. We need the inspiration. And we wait for the kids to come up to us so we can be like, what am I going to do? I have no idea. I'm stuck. I'm standing here with a sharp tool. I don't know what to do.
Do you guys every year doing it? Do you have a favorite of your own and a favorite of each other's? Like, holy crap, that one year you did the blank pumpkin, or is it just kind of all become a wash of all the ones you do?
Good question. I don't know. What do you think?
We actually talked about it last night. Actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
I have a favorite of John's that he did. Yeah. It was the first time you ever glued a nose on. He did this like creepy clown. Do you remember the movie where Mickey will know this right off the bat? It was with Dan Aykroyd, and his nose was something else. You remember he was like a creepy old character, but the nose was something else. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Type that into Google and you'll see what I'm saying. But the thing looked just like that. It used to give me nightmares. The carving he did gave me nightmares. It was so well.
So funny story about that one was it was actually based off of my fiance's dad. I needed some reference, so I had her. She was at a family party that night, and I was like, "Can you send me pictures of anyone who wants to be sculpted into a pumpkin?" and she sent me a lot of great ones that night. I think I've used maybe 3 or 4 of them over the years. But yeah, that's what that one was.
Wow.
Look at that. I didn't know that. I got a little backstory.
We all learned
little gems.
And I think John just loves everything I do. I think.
That's it.
Well, the back. Do you know the backstory, me and John? We must have talked about it last year, right? So, we talked about it. I mean, we have literally carved together since our very first professional gig. We carved side by side the first time we ever had a gig in Boston, and then every single year under the same tent. It's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. But now we'll make a now.
Okay.
I don't know. Now we make a joke out of it because we put a barrel between us to clean up, and it's like he stays on his side of the barrel, I stay on my side of the barrel.
Yes. As they say, you put up fences to keep you. You put up fences to keep you together.
Right. Good fences build good neighbors.
That's right.
We it's a certain date. Like they'll say, how long have you been doing this? Somebody asks me, and I'll look at John. I'll be like, how long have we been doing this? Because we've been doing it for the same amount of time. So yeah, it's been great. And now with how he's progressing with all the props and stuff, it makes it fun. It all ties together. And each day we'll set the scene a little more because we'll have more characters and more material. So it just becomes so fun as the kids come through during the week and the show. They're rolling in the show and it's almost like the Christmas displays, but Halloween style. It's super kid friendly, and the event's great, so it's fun, very fun. Matt, you're gonna love it.
I can't wait. I honestly have been looking forward to it I've been looking forward to it for so long, and now it's like actually happening. Leave Monday, and I'm up there all next week. Unfortunately, I won't see you, Paul, but I'll get to hang out with John.
Yeah, we're all super excited to meet you. We've heard so many things about you, and some of which are good. So
I doubt that part.
Yeah.
A percentage of what's good, right?
Yeah.
Don't believe everything John says.
Somebody says, Mike says that lullaby version of a Tool song in the background.
Yes. It's maddening after the 1400th time. But yeah, I've been humming it all day.
It makes us the way we are.
It sounds like
it really does.
Satan's ice cream truck.
It does.
Keeps going by.
Dude, there's the theme for next week. There's your theme for next week.
That's it.
Satan's ice cream truck.
Nobody
carves an ice cream cone like Matt Harper.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right. I did ice cream cone.
Well, you were just talking about that the other night.
We were talking about what our favorite pieces were that have been done on the show. And I think for me, that's probably my favorite of yours, Matt.
Oh, really? The ice cream cone?
I think so, yeah. It's such a unique take on that was a butternut, I think.
A butternut, yeah. It was, and the fun part,
like
it was a mile long, and it just like spoke to me. I was like, oh,
yeah, like carving something in the full round like that. Not many people do that very well, but that came out awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes like those little gems. Funny because as soon as the challenge was to be able to carve it while it's upside down with a point on the ground. So I ended up getting a piece of wood with a big long threaded bolt up to the bottom, and that held it in place. But it was that was kind of a tricky one. But I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do more ice cream cones from now on.
Yeah, man.
Throw it on the wheel.
On the wheel.
Oh, and Paul, the movie Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah, leave it to
That
Mick.
was the most interesting nose in television history.
Mick Frazzle stashed with that one right there. Nice. Pick that one out of the archives.
Attaboy. See, I can't.
Attaboy.
I can't see it so good. Thank you.
Mike Pollock wants you to bring over the camera to the tank pumpkins. I'm not even sure what that is. Is that a good thing?
Oh, the submerged pumpkins. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, let's let John take a
I
walk.
think you guys are.
Oh, look at that. John's going to take y'all on the field trip.
Oh,
We're
I
going
have,
on a
really, I
walk.
have a really blue face.
Aye. We're going on a walk, people.
Look at
Here
that.
we go.
Let's get a
Hold
little
on, let me-
behind the scenes.
I gotta try and switch the camera around.
Looks like it's getting dark there, John, huh?
Yep, it's getting there. Okay, so as we go, I'll show you guys some of these art pumpkins.
Oh, yeah. Here, blow it up. There we go.
So these are
Wow.
kind of like the jack-o'-lanterns that we work on in studio, and then we ship these out here on a truck overnight.
What?
Oh, wow.
So this whole section is a DDM, Day of the Dead. This one is actually one I worked on in the studio.
Whoa. Dude.
So yeah, I had fun with that. Let's see.
Unbelievable.
Here's another one. This is our just kind of transitions into our love section.
Okay.
So we've got let's see, we've got Joker and Harley Quinn on this side.
Oh, that's so cool.
So some are a little tricky to see in this light right now, but that's
Oh, I see. Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see the detail of it.
I know who those guys are.
Oh, here's another one I got to do. This is Edward Scissorhands.
Dude,
Oh,
you're
wow.
pretty damn awesome at that. Holy crap! I didn't know
No,
you were
thank
so
you.
proficient at the etched ones. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's actually how I started. I studied painting in school, so that's kind of my background.
Okay.
And then I think I guess it would have been 6 years ago now. Kind of made the transition to doing sculptures. Now I kind of do both throughout the season. Work in studio on all the art pumpkins, and then do all the sculptures whenever I get the chance. So here are the tank pumpkins. So these are submerged in vinegar. We call them our ossuary tanks. So this is I did a couple of these ones. This one was one of mine. And then
Whoa.
over here, this one is Stephen Junso's. You guys will probably see him.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, you'll get to meet him on Monday.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been doing some great work lately. This is Paul's. I think
Nice.
this one reads really well in the light back here.
That's really good.
So,
I love those eyes. That's so
yeah,
cool.
we were struggling with the tanks or the pumpkins a little bit. They were just not the best batch this year, to be honest. So parts of them were a little soft. This is Tom Olton's. Let's see.
Okay.
Find some good light there. There it
Oh,
goes.
there we go. There we go. Oh boy, up and down teeth. I like that.
Yeah. This was my second one.
Oh, super
So
cool.
fun little
cool.
character.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, did you submerge them and put weights in them, or do you cut a hole in the bottom, or how do they not have air in them? I mean, do you?
Yeah, we end up attaching a little hook to the bottom,
Okay.
and then I think for this year we used like heavy duty fishing lines to basically just tie them into place.
Okay.
But I mean, there's tons of ways to do that. We're constantly kind of troubleshooting, and every year we kind of switch up our technique a little bit to sort of find the best method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
On my way back to the tent now. So.
Are you going to do more of those?
No, those ones will stay like that for the run of the show.
Okay.
That's kind of basically the one way we're really able to preserve pumpkins like that is in vinegar. So that's kind of why we do them, so that we can have a little bit more variety in the show.
Love it.
Other than that, the only sculpture we have is in our tent here. So, if we can get a little bit more, it's great to sort of showcase that other art form.
Awesome.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for that.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I tried.
Do the painted ones?
How you guys doing?
Carvers and creators, not interior decorators. Plural.
Is the crowd showing up, John?
The crowd or Tom or someone's always busting their chops a little bit.
The boss is all over us.
Yeah.
Mr. Tom Olden.
Get back to work.
We were
yeah,
showing
I'm-
off your
I'm-
sculpture in the tank.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's the second one I've done in 24 months. Or 12 months. 12 months.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not good at this.
What's up, Matt?
Hey there.
Hey,
You too? Yeah.
Waiting for your buddy.
come on.
We will be there tomorrow.
Oh, let's get
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little special guest here. Let's see if I can do this right.
We got a special guest in your pocket, Jiminy Cricket.
Oh,
Isn't it?
oh, hello, everybody.
Mr. Olton is on my other earpod.
Oh, there he is.
The Pumpkin Ninja. The Pumpkin Ninja.
Paul doesn't want to wear one of these. That's all right. He's ready for it.
I got a
Yeah,
beard.
Oh yeah, just that captures it all.
Oh, that's not right. Oh, Nora. Yeah, Nora, lay you flat.
Funny thing, all night long, finding gold.
We got 10 commandment tokens all over the pumpkins, as well as AA tokens. So really, there's a couple of ways you can go about that. I don't have the AA token. I dropped it somewhere, but I grabbed an AA token and a bunch of 10 commandment tokens.
What are people putting them on the?
Just put them on the pumpkins, yeah.
It's getting weird.
It's pumpkins.
It's getting weird already.
And it's only Thursday.
All right, Matt, I got work to do, and
Well, I'll
everybody
see you
else
Monday.
who's too small for me to tell who's on there. Yes, I'll see you Monday, sir. Hey, y'all, take that in my head, you stuff that in your head. Oh, that's
perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
Enjoy your token, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, guys, have fun tonight.
Tone, everybody.
Nice.
That's
So
awesome.
now the crowd's starting to come through. So yeah.
All
this is
right.
fun.
Okay.
How you guys
So
doing?
clamp this thing on somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. Let's put it on the front.
So we're trying to finish up setting up our display here.
Hi. How are you?
So what's in your pies?
Pumpkin. Can you believe it? So the evil doctor
You got banter.
gives discount lobotomies.
Yes. It's
Pa-
it's like
passes
eavesdropping.
the
We're just
said brains over to Mrs. Hubbard, who in turn makes a profit. Yeah, it's really disturbing, actually, if you
It's a
think
little
about it.
Sweeney Todd.
It's exactly Sweeney Todd. We're gonna get sued within seconds.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
all right, Matt. So this happened last time. So this is funny that we we're talking about this. We're gonna let Paul and John. We're gonna no, Paul's back.
Well,
Hey,
I never left.
there you go.
Well, it's all about interacting with the crowd, guys. That's the whole, that's
No,
the
that's
black
it.
thing. That's
No,
why
we
depend
understand.
on you guys to carry it on.
We understand. Just come back
I'm
and just
really
come back and
blue.
give me a wave, and I'll come back to you guys.
Okay.
So this happened last show. Okay, so real quick,
Yeah.
last year when we did this in October of 2020, it was episode 16, and it was. I'll just say, we were really in the infancy of doing this, and doing a live remote. It always has its challenges. So making sure that all the audio is synced up, and and it's like there's a lot of noise, and then there's a lot of interaction between John and Paul. That's part of the gig there. So Matt, you're getting a little bit of on the job training here.
Mm-hmm. I know it's kind of fun to see. It is fun to see all this stuff.
Yeah.
Can we hear? What's the problem?
Yep. Okay. What's up?
Well, the whole thing is the interaction with the crowd and between John and I. Just like any live event, if you got a good banter going with the guy in the tent, and you're really putting on a show as far, and we're carving the entire time, like we're putting out big
Right.
pieces one a night. So it's like if I could juggle, I think that would round it off and be a complete circus act. But
Don't
we
tell
have
him you
fun.
can juggle.
And we'll post edit.
Put 'em in
We'll edit that in post.
John can juggle.
I can juggle.
How you doing, guys?
I just won't.
How are you guys? Good. Good.
Reserve them after you're done carving on it. Take a picture of it.
Yeah. So go ahead, do your thing, John and Paul, and we'll carry on real quick. So yeah, Matt. I mean, this looks exciting, man. It looks so fun.
I know. I'm super stoked to go. In fact, I'm gonna zoom my thing out because I feel so tiny compared to everybody else. I feel better now. So I'll keep carving kind of like they do, but then I'll do the reveal towards the end anyway. But we only have a half an hour left anyway. Juice. Okay.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast, Mickey.
Yeah.
It does look super fun, and I couldn't be more excited to be up there at this thing this year. But I got to throw a shout out to a lot of the people who like Christina Patton out and others who watch our show regularly and interact with us all the time and enter the contest and all this fun stuff. Just what a great job I'm seeing people doing on other shows on the Food Network. Plus, it's also that time of year when everybody else is doing crazy cool carves at events across the country. So you got like Danny Kissel and a big giant crew are out in Pittsburgh doing these massive pumpkins right now. And like everywhere you look, Jim Billy is doing something in Denver next week. You got, there's shows everywhere. And I can't tell you, I feel like such a junkie. I like turn on Instagram and I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh my God, look at that one. That's just like the coolest stuff. And I'll admit, a lot of the people I follow on Instagram have something to do with sculpting or pumpkins, but it's always a really cool inspiration to see everybody out there doing it this time of year and this little window we have of October. Like that much.
Yeah.
It's over quick. So
yeah, that's it. They're super excited for you. So yeah, you're going to do awesome. Just to see Matt in action. I mean, that's gotta be like worth it right there. Thank you, Jody. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's not as easy as it looks. So thank you for that. It's pretty awesome. And looking back on all this stuff, it's, these shows were, when we started it was just to do exactly what we're doing right now is just, you're carving, and we're just chatting. We were just trying to make it into that. And it's become a amazing networking. We've networked with some of the most amazing artists and become friends with them and colleagues. And it's been really, we would have never expected this at the beginning. But again, doing this for the second year in a row, and now you're a part of this. I mean, things are moving quickly. I mean,
I'll pause it for a second though, Mickey, because I think when you attack something, and this is maybe philosophical, so forgive me, but when you attack something that is a passion and you go after it, not ever looking to monetize or try to get it to become something, but just go at it every single week with the passion you have. Next thing you know, cool things happen. And if, or they don't, but needless to say, you never wasted a minute because it's something you're passionate about. So I think that, Paul and I talk about that sometimes, how like we would be doing this anyway, but the fact that we get to hang out with each other and meet, hang out with John and everything else, it just is like, it's like a dream because, now it's turning into cool things like these kind of events and other ones we have coming up, which are just mind boggling. I'll get off my philosophical horse now.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that a lot because, like...
Are you crying?
A little? Did you see a tear? I saw a tear.
Yeah.
You're crying.
It's in low def, but I can see the tear rolling down your cheek.
I rolled up.
No, and I plan to prove to Paul that I am actually a real live human being, that I'm actually flesh and blood. I promise.
Someday.
I believe it when I see it.
But that's the beauty of the internet, right? I mean, the fact that we can do this every week, it's fun and what an opportunity to see all this amazing talent. Like the one in the tank, Paul, was amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Again, it's not as you're at the mercy of the pumpkin that you carve. But they worked out good this year. You get 5 good pumpkins in the tank. Good pumpkins.
But you don't know that when you're looking at it, by the way.
How big is that one? It looks massive, Paul. The woman there. Oh wow.
Can you see me?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. That is big. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big pumpkin.
My gosh.
That's a big girl.
Like you couldn't tell that when he was on the other side. That's incredible.
No. That's a big one.
They're really big.
Oh my gosh.
And,
like you would never know that.
Yeah, I'd say this one's probably about 120, 120 something like that. And the way that they grow in the field, there's always a flat side. That's what it was on the ground. So sometimes the shape is real hard. You have to actually adjust your concept around the shape of the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
don't worry, Matt. You're gonna find out soon enough.
Yeah.
I know. And just make sure you say one or two good ones for me, guys. All right, that's all I ask.
Matt, I think
there's plenty of great big pumpkins.
Okay.
Matt, I think you had our you're gonna spike our algorithm with your very inspirational speech.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I know.
I'm not crying.
Here we come.
There we go.
Yeah. Just as long as you like and subscribe and cry.
Cry with us, people. Cry with us.
On cue.
That's funny.
So okay.
Yeah. So this,
we're an hour into the show, Paul. How's the beer there in Chicago?
I've only had Blue Moon.
Boo.
I haven't even. I know. It's been a whirlwind since I got it because I got in a little late because of life, right? So, I really haven't enjoyed some local Chicago brews. I plan on doing it tomorrow. Tomorrow's
probably at the end of the shows. Yeah.
Sure. Well, now that the show's up and running, it's really the first couple of days of really getting things going and seeing if there's any problems, making sure everything's good. So we're really good right now. So tomorrow's going to be a real nice, smooth day. We'll be able to get out and maybe we'll have another show tomorrow. And I'll have a couple first. No, for next week I'm going to bring beer home. So that's what I'll do is I'll bring beer back with me for next week's show when Matt's here.
There you go.
So that'll be the trick. But yeah, there's a lot of good. There's good everything. That was great. Awesome.
Yeah, there's some great ones there. I mean, the ones I really like there, like Revolution Brewing. What was the other one that
I don't.
Half Acre is awesome. So yeah.
I haven't had Half Acre.
Yeah. So
maybe that'll be. But they got a great store with a huge selection that we usually go to. We just haven't had time. We've been so busy with the show.
Yes. Old style beer too. Yeah, definitely. But
Old style. Yeah, I've had Old style.
Yeah, old style. But then again, I've become a really obviously a craft beer snob. I have to say. That's what happens when you do a craft beer and baseball show. It's like you have. Yeah.
Well, I do like the cans a lot more than like Schlitz or something like that. You make better cans. not better IPA though, because I'm not a big fan. But
I would drink a Schlitz. I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever had a Schlitz.
Well, you're missing out.
I make a Schlitz at this point in time. The pull tabs were available that time that was out.
I think that's about right. I think that's a Milwaukee beer. All the blue collar beers like Pabst and all that good stuff from there. One funny story: when I was in Chicago for a medical conference years ago, we went to a place and got served a bunch of craft beers, and I had 4 beers, and I'm like, man, I could hardly get up out of my chair, and I realized that no one had kind of let us know that these were like double alcohol, so I would really just drink 8 in a very short amount of time. Yeah, and the rest of the night was a little blurry, but
that's the thing about craft beer. If you get thrown in the deep end like that, you're drinking like a barrel aged, something, and it's like you're like, whoa, this has been aged in wine caskets or wine barrels, and you're pretty well twisted. Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah. So,
yeah, especially when they don't tell you it's double. I belong in my own casket.
Yeah.
But
so definitely.
Look how busy they are. I mean, I
know it's so crazy.
Look at that. I mean, those displays are so cool. Oh, Paul's starting a new one.
Oh, he is?
What happened?
Are you starting a new one?
I've stalled long enough. I got to make sure, John. I gotta make sure the display is correct for what we're trying to sell here. And then now I'm gonna move on to this. I'll move it back a little for you.
It looks like she's
So this
got a
one's good.
goiter.
This is what, so you can kind of see. A what?
I said it looks like Mrs. Hubbard has a big goiter.
Oh yeah, the biggest. Yeah, I'm on to the next. I don't know what I'm gonna
agree.
do. I think the shape is.
Both is good. Agreed. Yeah, I was gonna say the craft beer and the macro beer. Like there's some macro beer that I love
Yes.
too.
I'm drinking a Mexican macro beer right now. Go check it.
Que onda?
Simone ese.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Yes.
Mickey, let me ask. I want to ask the people tuning in
Yeah.
if they are doing. I know Christina mentioned she's got one that's rained out. Anybody else doing a show in the next couple of days or weeks that they want to plug? Because I think that stuff's awesome.
Please.
I sure want to watch it. So if
Please
you guys
let
are
us know.
doing a show or carving somewhere, I mean, I carved at the Sprouts last weekend near my house, which is a supermarket, and just had an absolute blast and had all these tons of kids come up and super fun. But yeah, just fun stuff like that. If you're doing any of those live carves, just let us know, and I want to hear about it.
Did you do one in a classroom, or was that the Sprouts where the kids came?
No, that was in a classroom. So my oldest daughter, for her AP art class, I went in and did a carving demonstration, and they all got their own pumpkins. And this is Tanque Verde High School here in Tucson, and they all got their own pumpkins, and we got tools for them, and they kind of took a stab at doing it themselves. So I did a little tutorial for them, and man, it was like an absolute blast. It was so much fun to do.
So, how did they take to the tools right away, or was it a kind of a hard transition for them to understand like how to draw on a pumpkin?
Most of the kids are very 2D focused. I don't think there was a sculptor like in the bunch, but when they started getting into it, the best part of it was they would do this for the first little bit. They'd watch me do something, then they'd get after it, then they'd watch me, and then I'd be on to the next part. Okay, now try this, and they wouldn't even look up anymore because they're into it, you know? And then next thing you know, 40 minutes have gone by, and they're covered in pumpkin stuff, and they're all just, exhausted, and they've made something that is cool, and it's like, they've just kind of got lost in it, which is all you can hope. It's like that's how you start getting excited about doing it, is you get lost in it.
Well, I think that's the fun part about it. That, I mean, even what you guys are doing, it's such a revelation that, because most people would think, just to, cut out the wedges and then put a candle in it. That's the only thing you can do with a pumpkin. Just seeing what Paul's doing, here, just like putting those expressions on there and putting all the appendages on there. It's so amazing. And it definitely gives it a different dimension overall.
Yeah, and I realized, you don't go into it starting out being able to carve those kind of things like him right out of the gate. It does take time, but every one of us started just doing those kind of triangle eyes. So if we can just start with that, you can too. So if you get into it and you get the passion, you kind of get the bug like we have, then next thing you know, you're doing it all the time. But man, it's this time of year, it's like you're in high demand, if that's your thing, and next thing you know, you're getting to go to do cool things like Chicago and other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I saw the instead of cutting the wedges, I see people they cut out the rind of it, right, and they kind of reveal the pumpkin meat, but then they push that back. But even that is kind of like amazing that you could shave back and make that, it's almost like, as someone who's like a novice to this, I would say that it's almost like, kind of shaping ice cream, but shaping ice cream within a shape. And I think that's just that alone is like, oh, wow, the possibilities of like what this could be and what, carving out selectively. So I always enjoy that. And just seeing you guys do it, it really stimulates the artistic mind to see like where it can go, and that's the fun part of it.
Yeah, and those etched pumpkins where they light from the inside and stuff, the ones he was walking around showing us,
Yeah.
Rachel Colby does, and John does, and many other people do, are just crazy, because you're dealing the opposite of this, because this is subtractive, but that is subtractive but also backwards, because you're digging in for more light and keeping it and not touching it for less light because it's lit from the back. So think
about that. It's literally the reverse lighting of it. So
right.
The light that would hit it cast shadows from the outside, but you're doing it from the inside, so you have to it's just like a different mindset. It's really wild.
Yeah.
We do have let's see, Pumpkin Nights Fest in Austin, Texas, every night of the week except Tuesday. Close that day for the entire month of October. Yeah.
Ooh, in Austin. Okay, I bet that's really well attended. That's got to be. It's probably a big thing. Austin, awesome city.
There you go. I'm behind on the episode, so is this a spoiler?
Oh yeah. So no, that's you're only down one episode because they.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Christine is still in it, kicking and doing really well. But that was really fun to watch. Man, it's nuts, Mickey, when you think about it. Okay, so that cool show that all of us are like glued to the TV watching, Outrageous Pumpkins. We've been so blessed to have Terry on twice, Ray Villafane on a couple of times, the judges and Mark a couple of times, and three of the guests. I mean, Lenny and I mean, it's just crazy, to think that we're just a silly little fanatics when it comes to this thing, and we're watching like actual friends get up there and carve. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's so fun, and it's really great just to connect with it, because like I wasn't aware of this before. I mean, I knew of it because you were doing it, but I didn't know the players in it. And just the fact that we get to connect every week and bring these people on, and I mean, to see John's work. Actually, I'm gonna solo John right now.
Yeah.
I mean, just to see him work, and it's like so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and then I get to see you guys every week do a similar thing, but it's it's so fun. Just how you get all these great expressions, and then also we talked about it before. I mean, the wheel has been challenging you guys. Like you guys are looking to get better every week as well, and you can see it in your work. Like it gets better every week, and I still feel like doing this every week, the challenges are making you guys more keen and aware of stuff. And I said I talked about it before about the suction cups. I mean, like you might not have done that little detail that is so amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because the wheel, it does put you in that uncomfortable place. But man, now I almost was like I was missing it today. We're like, well, what are we doing? I was kind of preparing. I had like 2 or 3 different pumpkins ready in case the shape of it spoke to me. So it is now. I almost kind of miss not doing it on a night.
That's interesting. That's good. Usually you guys would dread it before.
Oh yeah, I usually dread it as soon as the wheel does its thing, and then I'm okay with it. But yeah.
Well, we're an hour and 15, so we're winding down. But this has been an amazing. And then next week the roles will be reversed. You'll be in Chicago. Paul will actually be in New Mexico.
Right. He might be home, I think, by then, because I think he goes early in the week. Hey, Paul?
Okay.
I love the question.
You're in New Mexico next week, but you're home for the next Carvers and Creators, right?
Yeah. So when I leave here at the end of the week, I'll be in New Mexico next weekend, and then everything else that I got going on keeps me close to home till Halloween. So that's pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
Well, I can hold the eyelashes. Aren't they cool? Yeah, I use a piece of the pumpkins.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, this is what I love it. I mean, think about it, man. It's like there's a reason why adults love Halloween so much. It's because they loved them as kids, right? Yeah. So you can imagine what the memories you're making right here.
Yeah, and having kids come up and see it, and then like when I was at the event recently or this last weekend, having a kid come up, and then I'm like, here, take this tool. take the back of it and try to scrape a piece of it off. And he just, like, next thing you know, he's like staring and mesmerizing. Like, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then are you going to try it when you get home? And he's like, like, and it's just really fun to just kind of get a little, and I mean, if it never goes anywhere, so be it. But just to have somebody super engaged, while you're just talking through the process and stuff is fun.
Well, I think that's the best thing. And remember, like, when, how old was the kid that did it, that you had right there?
Oh, the little kid, he probably no more than like 8.
Wow. Okay. So yeah.
Like,
So
yeah,
that I think that's another thing too. It's like, kids are intimidated by adults just in general, but let alone, do a kid thing, an adult doing a kid thing, right? Being artistic.
I think that's fun. The beauty of pumpkins is so relatable because every little kid has tried it. Every little kid sits on the porch and messes with a pumpkin. So they know what the inside and the outside and what it looks like. If it's different with clay or with stone or with wood or things like that, because not everyone's tried it. But everyone's tried pumpkin, so you can say, to me, it's very relatable that way.
What's up, John?
That's exactly what I've been saying for years, Matt. It's like, that's the big thing. People wouldn't come out, in droves to see a show made of, a couple, maybe, I don't know, 50 wooden sculptures. I mean, they would, but not by the thousands.
Right.
But I think it's when you get something that's so relatable that everyone's tried to like some extent. Yeah. And you're able to kind of elevate it in a certain way. It really becomes magic, Yeah. I think that's one of the things I've been drawn to it.
Yeah, and the fact that it's temporary also has a lot of beauty to me because it is just there and then gone,
Yeah, totally.
Well, I think also it's much like food, Paul's talking.
No, I was listening.
Oh, okay. So I was saying it reminds me of like food when you go to see like a really great chef and the artistic presentation of their food, how it tastes, but it's temporary. You eat it, it's like it's gone. So I think it's you guys are in much the same thing, but obviously you're not consuming it. But you've said that you've consumed it, right, Matt? Yeah.
I do. I honestly clean my tools by eating the stuff off the end of it. So yeah, it's not a staple of my diet, but I certainly eat enough.
Yeah. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's go back. I wanted to, before we get out of here, I definitely wanted to promote our contest again. So definitely go to, let me go back here. I mean, obviously this is the Great Pumpkin Carving Contest 2021. Go to carverscreators.com/contest to see the rules. The hashtag.
They're not very many rules. They're not hard. You can enter.
They're not hard at all.
This is simple. Yeah, we make it very easy. Yeah. Yeah,
and go to Brandy Davis's Instagram where you can see a post. You can also go to our Instagram where you can see another post as well. We've had some great submissions already, so the competition and level is high. So definitely get in on this. I mean, we're looking for these types of carves, and it's what, it only come out a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was a Tuesday or something. Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was. But yeah, I'm so stoked because Brandy's brainchild, and she said, everybody's at these things. Everyone's like high focus carving right now, and it's like, wouldn't it be cool to see who the next cool carvers are, the ones who are going to be on, the carving shows in 3 years or whatever it is, just to get a name, right? And and her idea is to get a contest together and just start getting them out in the world. And I think this it's fun. Brand recognition is for us, but at the same time, I am just so stoked to see what people come up with, because it's always inspiring, to see what they do.
Well, I'm always amazed, like for the, when we do the wheel every week, that people carve along with us, they share them and they do it. And so we have people out there that are doing this. And so there's so many more that we love to inspire. And it's, like I said, at this point, it's a very small community, but it's a very,
Fun. It's fun.
it's a
We're
very,
actually doing an international pumpkin. Well,
but it's also a very supportive community as well. So
yeah, and people seriously, like the artists we met who've gone out and retweeted this, or not retweeted. I guess that's the thing. But I'm thinking, but like they repost it and they'll copy and post our contest on there and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, that is a year ago is just a legend to me that I would just follow and drool over. Now I've spoken with them and had broke virtual bread with them, and now they're sharing our little contest. So yeah, cool things happen when you just do what you love to do. That's all I can say.
That's it. And so definitely get in on this. And it goes till October 30th. We'll be talking about this again next week, next Thursday when you're in Chicago. And
and you're gonna see lots more posts on it too. I think there's gonna be a lot more. You'll see lots more on it. But don't be shy. Put in whatever you can. We'd love to see anything you got. Believe me, it's just all good.
There you go. So let's go out to Paul and Matt. Paul and John and
What do you call it?
let's. So we only have a few minutes left. Paul, like what?
oh yeah.
Are they telling you?
I think Paul is entertaining.
No, they're not. I get yelled at.
You're getting yelled at.
No, I'm only kidding. No, we get the light. It's hard to do both, guys. I got to be honest.
It is.
My phone is literally 2 inches above everybody's head, so everybody's just talking about that. I got a stream going on.
No worries. Well, we can go.
It's about to end, so I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah. So.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, we're here for you guys.
We're here for you guys. Oh, it's so fun. So difficult. Next year, I'm getting a big screen so everybody can see what's going on.
Oh, that'd be
That would be great.
I'll get it for next
we could
week.
do seating. It'd be really cool. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have all the bugs worked out. You can put the blue light so you don't look like me.
No, it looks cool. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Rach.
Eerie.
Oh, Rachel's here. Say hi, Rachel, before the end of the show. Yeah, pop that in. Rachel Colby, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, you gotta stand over here.
Oh, I can't see.
Oh, there
you
she
can.
is.
Hello.
There she is, the great Rachel.
Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh,
We've gotten to
busy, very busy. Are they gonna go somewhere?
We've gotten to see a couple of your stuff. Your painted Day of the Dead ones are amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually working on a new one right now for tonight.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah, Rachel's great. She goes much faster than me.
We're trying to get at least one done tonight.
Oh, good.
So what are you up to?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
New Day of the Dead one.
Wow.
Yep, and it's gonna go out on the trail tomorrow.
Right on.
Yeah.
We need them warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you take them on a tour of the trail?
Johnny took him down that way real quick.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I think next week maybe Mr. Davis and Mr. Harper can do the same exact thing.
Awesome.
Going into next week.
Yeah, I just may. I don't know. Yeah, look forward to meeting you next week. Does that come across?
Look forward to meeting you. I'll
Okay,
still talk to.
I didn't say anything, Matt. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
was
all
good,
lies.
Matt. I swear to God.
Whatever he said is lies.
No,
Okay, so
it's
the
a great.
opposite of what he said.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're very talented artists, great people, great city, great venue. I can't say enough about it. So you're gonna have a great time, and anybody that's watching that's in the area, don't try. Try next year. It's sold out.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can get scalp
Yeah,
tickets.
get tickets there.
Yeah. Is there any scalpers?
You might be able to message me and work something out. Just add a zero to whatever you put on. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's it. It's starting to pick up real good now. The tickets are really now we're seeing the event.
There's always a crowd outside of John and Paul's tent.
Oh, there's always a crowd outside of hers.
Oh yeah, last year we saw yours, Rachel. There was a line. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. See, you can't fake it. You've been exposed. You're very popular here.
Awesome.
Right on. So let's check in with John and see what he's up to.
Let you guys get back to it. And one.
Looking good, John.
So you just freehanding all this, or did you sketch it out?
No, I'm just kind of freehanding this guy. I want him to be just kind of a character that's sort of horrified about what's going on behind him with the lobotomies and the pumpkin pies and everything. So.
The anatomy's pretty damn good.
Thank you very much.
It's very like conservation.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm going for.
You guys do the theme music.
I know. Yeah, we've got some coming from the speakers, but.
No, I'm not. Then you gotta come up with a whole back.
Okay.
That's what we've got. So this is Doc.
All right, Matt. So we just have a few minutes left. So you're going to be there next week.
Right.
It starts next Wednesday. So they have a gap. So, right, it's like 17th to 20th, right?
Right. And so I don't have a calendar near me, but
Let's see.
starts Wednesday. I get there Monday and help get everything set up, but then it starts Wednesday for when I'm doing what I'm doing.
13th to 17th, and then 20th to 24th.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping me honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're getting super busy. So I guess that's gonna be fun.
Well, you and I might have to close this thing out because they're in the middle of talking to folks. But I'll show you my guy really quick, and then what I got left to do. So right now, I just kind of cleared him away. What I'm thinking, I don't know why, but I'm thinking, those old timey butt cuts people had, like the kind of like that. So I might do that on his hair, like coming around like that.
Sure.
Like a barbershop dingus,
Yes.
And then cut all this away, and then do have his open mouth. And I was kind of thinking like really cartoony eyes or something like that. But
yep.
Right now he looks pretty awful, but he'll turn into something cool. I promise. I mean, awful is like, what the hell is he doing?
I think you should do that. It's kind of like that alfalfa, but it's a very wide part.
That's the one. Yeah. Maybe this is alfalfa. I can just dig this top part really wide.
So it has like almost like you can stick your finger in the groove of the hair. Oh, there's John. John wants to talk.
So you guys, this is what I've got so far today. Trying to finish it up. This is going to be just someone that's kind of horrified about what he's seeing behind him. So between the discount lobotomies and the homemade pumpkin pies, he's going to be screaming in terror.
I love it.
Yeah. Gotta kind of work out a lot of those basic forms, and then I'll get into the details and stuff like that a little bit later.
Outstanding.
Love it.
Well, I'll see you next week, John.
All right, sounds good, Matt.
All right. Paul, any last words before we sign off?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, John said it. Thank you so much. No, we're gonna get back to work here and hopefully kick it into high gear and pull out a good carving tonight. So
awesome.
Thank
you guys did so good, and
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here tonight. We're gonna let you get back to it. Sounds like it's getting busy there.
It's very good.
So you guys carve
and like
pumpkins
I
yet?
said, my phone is just
No, that's probably good. It's a little too early.
So uncomfortable.
Go have a good show. Thank you for being here tonight, and we'll see you. We'll talk after this. So hang out.
Yeah. Have a good night.
It worked really well.
Okay.
All right.
So
let's sign off here, huh?
Paul Dever, you can check him out at Devers Customs. Matt Harper at Harper Sculpture. John Davis at Just John Davis. Remember, we have the Great Pumpkin Carving Contest. You can check that out right here. You can carverscreators.com/contest. Also on Instagram at The Pumpkin Artist and Carvers and Creators. Matt, do you have any last words before we sign off? Oh, actually, let me say this.
Yeah.
About us, Carvers and Creators. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. No wheel next week either. But say hello to the wheel. Good night, wheel.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, wheel.
Thanks a lot for nothing. Matt, do you have anything that you wanted to close out with?
Nope, nothing other than just thank you to everybody who's carving and entering the contest and just happy pumpkin season, for crying out loud. That's just glad to. Oh look, and there goes our friends. See you guys later, Frazzle and Christina and Jody and everybody else. Thank you for coming on, and you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. We will be back next Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, for another Carvers and Creators from Night of 1,000 Jack-o'-lanterns. It's been incredible as always. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Good night, guys.